Hello, everyone. Welcome. It's Friday. It's the end of season one. It's the end of season one with Darlington, everyone. And, let's recap briefly, shall we? The recap is very brief. We didn't make the playoffs. We missed out. We finished mid-table. Which is fine, because that's where we're expected to be. We finished mid-table. We're expected to finish mid-table. It would have been nice to have got the playoffs. Of course it would have been. But, you know, it was one of those. It's been a season of inconsistent results, I think, to be honest. Yeah, we didn't really get going. We didn't really find a system that suited us. We've got a pretty good youth intake, though. The youth intake look pretty good. We've got some good youngsters coming through, some 15 and 16-year-olds that already look better than the players that are actually in our first team. We've got Leroy Lita, who's 41. Not 100% sure Leroy Lita was the right decision. Maybe we can get him to work on the coaching staff. We'll see. We've got Jesse Nelson. We've got some players that we want to keep. I think we've got some players we want to get rid of. I've got a pen and paper. You better believe I've got a pen and paper. I think it's time for us to partake in our first FM26. Time to partake in our first ever FM26 admin stream. Let's go, shall we? Transfer window time, everyone. Let's do it. A photograph of said paper needs to be put on Discord after it. Do you reckon, Chaser? I like it. I realised, by the way, as well, Ian, I'd said FM25. Notice how I did a second take for that, so I can cut it and use it as my video. Yeah, it's been a long week. I want to see the scribbles. There will be the scribbles of a madman, is what it'll be. But you know what? I like that idea, Chaser. If you want to see that, and then we can write it all down and pop it up in the Discord, more than happy to do that, so you can see the actual the blood that will be spilt onto the page. Mrs. J is back, by the way. She's just been out shopping and having a lovely time with her pals. So hello, Mrs. J, welcome back. Right, let's see where we are. Llama's in the stream. First of all, everyone, hello, welcome, Llama. Pleasure to see you in. And are we rebuilding Darlington or are we rebuilding TJ? A very good question. And one I don't know the answer to at the minute. It's a little bit of column A and a little bit of column B, I think, to be honest. Tim Griff, happy admin stream to all who celebrate. Get in. Yes, that's right. We need an emote for admin, I think, as well. Chris, evening, Chris. How are you, pal? Hope you're good. How's the little one? Hope the little one's all right. Yeah, if anyone's got access to I don't know, maybe like a sort of pen and paper, or like just a little logo of pens and paper that just says admin. If you could do that as an emote and send that to me, we'll get that uploaded tonight. That'll be class, actually. We can just go, right, admin stream. Time to go. Did Marine stay up? Marine did stay up. They did. Chorley went down. Curzon Ashton went down. Telford went down. Leamington went down. So there you go. Telford, bottom of the league. Chorley, Curzon Ashton, Leamington. Darlington finished 12th. South Shields promoted as champions with 101 points. 101. But you know what? We beat them. We beat South Shields. It would have been 104 had we not played them for the second time. So you're welcome for that, everyone. Playoffs are Chester, Bedford, Macclesfield, Spennymoor, Kings Lynn, and Peterborough. So, yeah, not us, unfortunately. We are going to have a look. So the plan for tonight, right? The plan for tonight is very, very simple, okay? This is how we work. If you're new around here and you've never seen these admin streams before, the transfer window streams before, the plan is simple, right? It's simple and long-winded, much like, you know, a lot of things we do around here. Basically, right, we will go through our team. We will look at who we think is good, who we think is bad, who needs replacing immediately, who we can probably try and hang around with for another season maybe, who are absolute guaranteed locks that we need to make sure we hang on to at all costs. Then we'll maybe have to negotiate contracts for those players because we haven't done those contracts yet. Then we'll start to prioritize our areas of recruitment. So, for example, say we need 3 positions filled. We'll have a look and work out what sort of area is the first area that we need to have a look at, and we'll try and prioritize that, and then we'll start to add in as we go around. So how you do it a little bit realistically, I'd imagine. And it's going to be a lot of trials, and it's going to be a lot of maybe looking at loans as well. So that's going to be how we're going to try and do it. Okay? Bear with me 2 seconds. Just Mrs. J asking if Eldest Jameson's tooth has fallen out yet, and it hasn't, not yet. I should also say as well, by the way, this is the sort of stream where lots of people feel as though it's like, right, now's the best time to chuck a load of advice at me and a load of names at me, okay? I'm going to try and save you all some heartache. I'm probably not going to take any notice of that. Okay? Simply put, yeah, that is pretty much simply put, yeah, I probably won't take much notice of that. If you wish to suggest a player, feel free to subscribe, pay for that privilege. But no, I'm not gonna. I don't like it. I don't like the whole kind of like chucking names out and then like searching. It's not my vibe, right? And it's like, yes, it might work. Someone might work in your game, but it might not work in our game. And also, like, I don't like the backseating element of it. Like, do you know what I mean? Yeah, we need to get that no backseating emote done as well, Chris, and get that one sorted. So, we'll tap the sign. We'll tap the sign. If I ask for advice and if I ask for opinions, absolutely feel free to wade in. We can have a chat at that point. This is going against the llama rules. Well, exactly. Yeah, getting outside influence is not the llama rules. Can we ignore me as well? Absolutely, Chaser. Most people do. Is Backseat Gaming available at Korean under 21? Yeah, I think he is available, but unfortunately he won't get a work permit, Llama, which is a shame because he obviously knew best. He knew we could have got the work permit. Yeah, look, I mean, it's just one of those things. Everyone's got their own way of doing it. Some people like it. Some people are happy to take loads of recommendations. I just feel as though it really slows things down. Like when you get a whole bunch of names pinged out. Plus as well, I mean, let's be honest. I was attribute masking. So if we go looking for players, the chances are we're not going to see them anyway. I'm still going to have to scout them regardless. So the reality is, would we know about this player normally? How would we go about finding that information on them? And then we'll do it that way. So that's kind of the way that I do it. That's if you're brand new. If you've been around before, you know how we do it. We don't use, search by attribute. That's not a thing. That is part of the reason that we're not particularly successful, because we don't take all the easy shortcuts that are available to us. I mean, to be fair, the transfer room, I was unsure about whether I should be allowed to use that or not, but we did. We used the transfer room. Yeah, I heard Work the Space has recommended Reese Hind. Great. That's good. Good. Yeah. But I mean, you've obviously not been listening, have you, Britt? What you've done, hang on. What you've done though is you've been very clever, and you went, I've not recommended him. Work the Space has recommended him. So I like that. You've passed the information through, therefore wiping your hands with it as if to go, it's not me that's offering advice, TJ. I'm not backseating. This is Work the Space has suggested it. Very smart. Very smart. Yeah. Although I did see through your cunning ruse. Reese Hind. Reese Hind because he did that once by accident. I'll take over from here, shall I? Right. Let's have a look at the squad, shall we? before we get into this, I'm all right, Benny, thank you. I'm very, very well. I'm very well indeed. I thought I'd got rid of this cold, you know. I thought it had gone, but then I had a bit of a coughing fit earlier, and I was like, this still can't be kicking around 3.5 weeks in, you know? So, yeah, a bit frustrated with that. Alan, what's the state of the game after a few updates? Fine. It's still not perfect, and it's not going to be perfect this year, but it's fine. It's all right. Some people hate it. Some people like it. Some people think it's all right. I don't think anybody loves it. I don't think they do. And if they do, then that's great. Genuinely, it's great. If someone loves it, then brilliant. But I think at best people are going to think it's fine. Yeah, 10 silk cut will sort that cough out. Oh, do you know what? That's a long time ago. But yeah, that would have been a couple of Marlboro Golds would have been all right. Actually, a couple of Marlboro Reds would have sorted me out a tree, wouldn't it? Right, let's go and start playing the blues now. Are you sure it's not TB? Have you been near a Badger set recently? I have, Zeep. I have been near Badger sets. That's a good point. I'm constantly rummaging around Badger sets. Yeah. That's maybe it. That maybe is it. I've got a touch of the TBs. I thought it was just TJ. It was TB FM over here. So, yeah. Don't come near me. I'm contagious, folks. Gonna make a virus video like Dr. Mantis Toboggan. So let's have a little nosy, shall we? Should we look at my squad view? Oh, before we get into it, shall we ask Llama, very quick question, Llama. Have you still got a job, Llama? I wasn't in the stream this afternoon, I'll be honest, but have you still got a job in Norway? I hope you have. Because I know you started off a little bit ropey, didn't you? And it got a bit... Of course I do. Of course he does. Why is anyone even questioning whether Llama's still in a job? Of course he's still in a job. Never in doubt. FM Groundhopper, by the way, over on YouTube. Nice to see you, by the way. Very, very kind indeed. Bit of a personal question, TJ. Silly question. I won one game. Get in. That's the Llama we know and love. Here's a question. There's a bug I noticed yesterday, and when you go to fixture schedule, sometimes not all your fixtures are shown. Did anybody know this? There's a bug where sometimes not all the fixtures are shown. I looked at this, right? I posted this out before we came online last night for Twitter, and I was like, right, form's not great. We're going into the final few weeks of the playoffs, and for some reason it didn't show it was either the Leamington or the Ratcliffe match, right? So we only had one victory here. And then it didn't show one of the matches that we were taking part in April. And then it didn't. And then there's another match that was missing as well. I was like, hang on, what? Like, they're not showing all the fixtures. And I only realised when I went back to the fixtures last night on stream, and I was like, there's more matches there. Like, what have I missed? This is quite bizarre. So yeah, that was another little bug I clocked in there. And I have mentioned to SI as well about the bug where on the squad filter, did I know it was because I only won one? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because I won two, George. That's why. And I was being robbed of a victory. And I was like, this is bullshit. So I got in touch with her and said, hang on. Right, you're saying I've won 50% less matches. No. I distinctly remember winning two. So that's the thing. Sometimes not being good at the game is really helpful, because if you'd won all those matches, you'd never have known. Yeah? But I could see, because I only noticed one green dot rather than two. So, there you go, George. Benner Cage, I don't know what the issue is with job security, but my club have been awful for 7 seasons. My save has been going on, but they're yet to fire their manager. I don't know. I survived Sunderland. Maybe there is a bug on it. Possibly. I don't know. But I'm not reporting that one just yet. Obviously. I'm not going to say to SI, oh, by the way, SI, there's a bug where I haven't been sacked yet. Do you think they're going to fix that one pretty quickly? Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are. That one is a bug. Oh, is it? Brilliant. So you can actually be unsackable. Challenge accepted. We're making this a one club save, everybody. I'm going to opt out of any patch updates from now on. Just keep that one there and be like, right, turns out we're going to be at Darlington forever. So I am the unsackable Jameson. That's where I am. Everyone just get rid of it. Get ready. It's coming, right? It's coming. What was I going to say? Game's fine. Game's absolutely fine. Game's absolutely fine. In my bookmarks, the fixture schedule button actually shows the calendar. Is that the same for everyone else? I don't know. I've never even bothered with these bookmarks, to be honest. Never bothered. Because to be fair, there's too many places where I can see fixtures, so I'm not really that asked. Right, which one do you want to see? Fixture schedule. Right. What's it done? It takes you to calendar. Yeah, that doesn't work. I mean, yeah. Fuck's sake. Oh dear. Where'd you ask for coaching badges? I don't know. I don't know, Chris. I haven't got a clue. The board didn't think they were justifying a new deal, so went month to month for seasons. That was what happened at me with Sunderland. So if that's a bug, then fair enough. Here we are. Tim Giff, here's the next 30 years. We're getting that statue at Darlington, whether they like it or not. Yeah. All of this went wrong when they removed player weights. I think it was. It's exactly it. Club and board. Club and board what? Well, there is. Where's board? Club board what? Board requests. Oh, there you go. Yeah, we're not bothering with that. Not bothering about badges. No one cares. I also as well logged the bug where in the squad view that I've managed to remove players. Because yeah, when I clicked something and then player name disappeared and can't get it back now. So that's a bug. They've said they're going to look into that one. No badges, just badges. That's why Zeke mentioned about the badges again. Right, that'll make sense now, doesn't it? Come on, TJ, get with it. I have a bug where I keep getting coaching badges without asking. 4 years into save, my youth players want $1.5 wages and £65,000 appearance fee. That's a known bug. Although apparently that's meant to have been fixed in this latest update, the wage issue. I'm one season in, so I don't know if that's the situation. I can't comment. But I have heard about that. Although I have heard as well that the coefficient bug is not fixed. Presumably, by the time it gets to anywhere where our setup is going to be concerned with young people, then it'll be then hopefully it'll be fixed by then. But right now, I can't imagine that our 15-year-olds are going to be wanting 60. Don't say out loud, TJ. Our 15-year-olds might want 65 grand. So we'll see. We'll see. By the time Darla win European football, the world will have ended anyway. It's true. It's true. And you know what? We'll not be playing against anybody and we still won't be able to score. It'll be like when Scotland played Estonia and Estonia didn't turn up and Scotland still went, let's not take a shot from the halfway line in case it goes out for a goal kick. So, yeah, that's what it's going to be like. So come on then, right, let's have a look. This is Darlow, end of season 1, right? Okay. Let's look at what we've got, shall we? Goalkeepers. I mean, do we even need to look at goalkeepers? They're really bad, aren't they? Goalkeepers are really bad. Pele is a 15-year-old Australian. That's our goalkeeper right now. He's our goalkeeper. with that mullet. So we've got him. We've also got Lucas Cabrera, by the way. So he's 19 years old. I mean, the good thing is he's not costing us anything, right? So he's non-contract, so no money being spent on Cabrera. His handling's decent. His decision making's okay. His command of area is very, very poor, given the fact he's 6'1". His jumping reach is appalling. Reflexes are decent, but starting to decline already. So if we compare the two of them right now, I mean, you're cutting through a lot here, Chris, and getting straight to the point very, very quickly. I'm going, oh, his jumping reach has declined. He's shit. He is shit. Yeah, he is shit. Yeah, yeah. I don't know what it is about Darlington and bad goalkeepers, but it seems to be a running theme. Yeah. So that's our polygons, I think it is. Attributes wise, even at 15 years old, Pele is starting to look like a better option. Do you know what I mean? Like, communication 10/7, command of area 10/5, first touch 3/1, kicking 8/15. Yeah, there's a lot more to like about Pele. The physicality, the physical side of stuff. Yes, he needs to obviously get a bit older and grow a bit. But even now, it's Australian 1, England 0. I mean, based on their league performance, then Cabrera's better, but yeah, I think long-term Pele is a better option. However, I think the idea of getting a first-team goalie in, and I think that is an absolute priority. Yeah. I think that's the priority. Get a goalkeeper in. I mean, you say let Cabrera go, Dan. The thing is that we're not paying him anything, so we don't really need to let him go because it's not like he's costing us any money. Yeah. If we go by position, okay, we've got Liam McGrath, who's currently at the club in real life. He's also not very good, and also not costing us any money, right? He's actually worse. Yeah, he's dreadful. He's dreadful. And he's aware of my thoughts as well, which is concerning. But he can jump. That handling's poor. His decision making's fine. His determination's fine. Like, theoretically, like, we could, and yeah, 1 balance. I know 4 positioning as well. I know. I know. I know. Yeah. I know. I know. I know they need to go. Oh, because the thing is, even if we brought them in, like, in a moment of panic, the fact that they are so bad means that they're going to be a liability. Dan, even I've got better balance. I like that, Dan. I love how under pros, his pros are unknown. Oh, dear. I think under pros, it's just what he believes in. Yeah. Surely you want a goalkeeper with poor balance so he can get down to the floor quicker. I like that thinking, Zeep. I like that. That's not a bad way of thinking. Let's see what else we got then. So goalkeepers, we think we need to get a new goalkeeper. Okay, definitely a goalkeeper. Pros, he can spell his name, maybe. Possibly. We will see. So right backs. We've got Headley, Maddison, Myers-Smith, now this has been a bit of a tough one all season, right? We've also, because of the fact our right back situation has ended up with us having Jack Moore on loan. So maybe the fact that we haven't had a right back locked down could be something to think about. Jack Moore's out of contract as well, by the way, so let's think about that, right? If we look at Ben Headley, first of all, where's Ben Headley? Here, 27 years old, £350 a week. Okay, he can play both sides. He played 22 matches for us this season. He weighed in with 2 assists. Evening, Marcus. Good to see you. Marcus Ashworth as well over on YouTube. Nice to see you both. I can't remember. Are you the same person? Maybe. You know what? Headley's not bad. But I don't know if Headley is £350 worth of good. So what that means is, let's look at the finances as to what we have, because he needs a new contract, okay? David Riley, appreciate the follow. Very kind. So Headley's 27. I'm going to put decent out of contract. 350, right? We might have to do some maths. And this is never a good sign when I start looking at maths and starting to compare people. So I'm literally writing down things like wages and stuff in here as well. We've got it on a view. Yeah, if anyone's interested. Look at this. TJ's data view. Yeah. So we can see what players have done and how much they're costing us, and when their contracts expire, and are they going to be valued for money or not. So we've got that to look at as well. But ultimately, let's have a look at the first. We're going to look for the top headlines first, then we'll see what players are good, what they're good at, what they're not so good at. How long until this game is on par UI-wise with 24? Probably about FM27, maybe? Was 24 that good UI-wise? Everyone used a skin. I don't know what people mean. I'm just going to ignore some of this stuff. Will Madison. It means the UI in 26 is terrible. Okay. Then it'll be... Then I don't know the answer. I don't know the answer, Jammers. Then I don't work for SI. Maybe ask them. I'll ask them. See what they reckon. So Madison's worth 100 quid, absolutely, but he wants a little bit more money now. So he might want a bit more cash. Needs to be more consistent. He's very one-footed, that's fine. Doesn't fit in our current tactical system. Well, tactical system might change, so that's not a concern. He needs to get in the gym a little bit more. Again, he's a young lad. He's 20. He could. So, thing is, we're saying Headley's a backup. Madison's a backup to the backup. Do you know what I mean? Because if you compare him to Headley, for example, I mean, he's taller than Headley, but Headley smokes him in everything at this point. Yeah. And statistically, we used Headley a lot last year. Plus, of course, he can play both sides. Right. So hang on. I'm just going to put Young out of contract. He's on 100, but we expect more at that point. And the vast majority, right? Yamaslim, like, look, if you don't like it, you don't have to play it. It's not a problem. Like, do you know what I mean? And I wouldn't necessarily say it's the vast majority. I would say it's probably it probably is the majority, but I don't think it's a vast majority. Yeah. Yeah. There is no look. If it's not to your liking, that's fine. Yeah. The vocal majority, yeah, that's a very distinct difference as well, Mr. Rimo. Yeah. Yeah. Right. If it starts to kick off, then, you know, the mods will just take over. So, you know, we've got bigger things to worry about than whether or not you like the UI. Yeah. Alfie Myers-Smith. Now, Alfie looks like he's got a bit of potential. Have we just been playing him wrong? Using him in the wrong setting? Yeah. Because it says here that he's a fullback. Where does it say fullback? I should have read somewhere. Oh yeah, you know, his positioning. Yeah, that's it, TJ. Yeah, his positions here are saying fullback, but natural position inside or centre back. He could be either. He could play left back maybe. His left foot's not too bad. He's on a 6.5 overall. He played 7 matches. We'll break into his actual statistics later. Again, he's not bad actually. 12 for jumping reach, 12 for crossing. There is a world potentially. Could we train him as a left back? Do you know what I mean? Again, versatile. Out of contract, 250 quid. You know what's going to happen, right? We're going to get to the end of this list, and it's just going to be, I've not used these players properly. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's going to be the problem. I'm going to be like, oh, TJ, why didn't you use this lad? Like, no, good point. Should have done that. Here's the problem, right? Josh Scott is leaving. Now, Josh was one of our better players. He played 31 matches. He scored 7 assists, 6.83. He was very quick. Kind of it, really. When you look at him like that, there's not much else he's got. And if I try to think, you know what, for example, let's just put Myers here for a second, right? I wonder what the difference is between the two of them. So Alfie's actually better at crossing. He's better heading. He's better marking. His technique's not as good. He's not as aggressive, but he's better anticipation. Composure and bravery, there's not a great deal in it. Same with decision making. His positioning's better. His balance is awful, though. 3 for balance isn't very good compared to 12. And maybe that's where Josh Scott was really good down the wing. He's got good balance and he's quick. But Alfie's better in the air. He's fitter. I wonder whether Alfie's actually a secret left back in disguise. Or if he's not, then maybe Ben Headley is. Although his left foot is non-existent. So that's something to think about. The other left back we've got is Scott Barrow. Now he's 37, okay? Five traits, right? Runs with the ball down the left, gets forward whenever possible, hugs the line, gets the crowd going, hits free kicks for power. Brilliant. Love that. He is 37. 500 quid a week. He wants to commit his future to the club. He's been here 3 years. He's pretty much been an ever-present. We've got to think about that, right? Crazy Dave, after what happened after Wednesday night, did we make the playoffs? We didn't, unfortunately, Dave. No, we crashed out, I'm afraid. And by crashed out, I mean we finished mid-table. Didn't get anywhere near. But never mind. It's fine. We've got an entire summer transfer window to try and sort this out now. Right. Barrow at 500 quid. If we can reduce that, he's worth keeping. Scampy, appreciate the follow. Very kind. He's also going to be quite good in the dressing room. Okay. Where is it? Where's our hierarchy? See, Scott Barrow, team leader. So I don't really want to just cut him straight out. I think he's experienced. So he could maybe mentor some of the young kids coming through. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. So we give Barrow another year. Plus it allows us, in case Myers-Smith doesn't adapt to left back, you're probably getting 2 players for his salary. That's a fair point, Fraser. From a financial perspective. Okay, interesting. We've got 2 months to decide. Shall we see what's around and put a question mark on him? As I say, I think for in the dressing room, again, 500 quid a week, it's a lot of money. If I'm quibbling over players on 300 quid a week, then that's a lot. So he's on 5. Josh Scott's on 450 and he's leaving, right? So we are getting 450 back. But ultimately, we don't have any of the left backs. Brandon Macadenge is not good enough, really. Like, he's just not the one. So I think we can release him. Yeah. So release Brendan Macadenge. Thomas Southwood. Is he going to get any better? Do we stick him in the youth system? I don't think he's going to get any better either, is he? Poor Thomas Southwood. I think we've got better players than him as well, so I think we set him for release. Right, plus it's another 5 quid a week. We'll save. Harry Walker. I'm keeping Harry Walker. Like, you know what? I'm keeping him, but I'm putting him in the reserves, right? He's tall. That's why he's still here, right? Okay, it's the only reason he's still here. Liam McGrath, I'm tempted to cut as well. I mean, he wants to play more. 3 for pace, 2 for acceleration. I mean, I get that, Dan, but 6'8". Did you not hear that bit? That was the bit that sounded really good. Right, Ty Barton's leaving. He actually is going. Someone's agreed to take him on Spokane. It's worrying that he now looks like he would have been a decent player had we possibly used him. Where's Archie Small? Archie Small doesn't look very good either, does he? Archie Small looks really bad. It is a tune, this, isn't it, David? This is a class tune. I mean, Smallsy ain't good, is he? Like, exactly, Arsenal. Yeah, if you're 6'8", you got a lot of body to lub around, haven't you? So he's too small to be a centre back, and he's not good enough to be a left back. He's 20. He's not gonna develop at this moment in time. And for 60 quid, let's save a bit of cash there as well, right? So he's on his way out. Let's pop him in the under 18s as well, so we can't see him. Just try and trim this squad down. Someone asked in the Discord, by the way, the other day, going, "Oh, you've got like 38 squad numbers. How many players have you got in your squad, TJ?" Probably 38, I think. If you add all those numbers together, I'm no maths whiz, but that's what I'd say. Not that I would know 38, but some of them, of course, was going to be youngsters. It was you, wasn't it, Fraser? Soz, mate. I was just like, I was like, I'm going to mention this. I'd forgotten it was yourself. It was good because you was like, yeah, I realise what I've done. Bless you. Honestly, though, it's good to have you back, Fraser. I know you've been away for a while. It's great to get you back in the fold. It's almost like you've never been away. Right, so John Scott's leaving. Alfie Myers we're going to keep a hold of. Centre-backs is going to be an interesting one now. Okay? So, Kevin Adueni. Do you know what? I don't know whether it's my eyes or not, but I think he's improving a little bit. I don't think he's a starting centre-back. But, again, he's not costing us anything. Matty C, appreciate that prime, my friend. That's 21 months. Love that support. Thank you. Thank you for that. I think he's all right. I think that 16 for determination is doing wonders for him. And he's former Nottingham Forest as well. So, do you know what I mean? Acceleration's good as well. So, I think developing nicely. I'm going to put an exclamation mark as well. He does have leadership as well. Decision making's good. Heading's good. Marking's good. He's not really a jumper, but I think there's a player in there. I think Kevin Adueni, there's a player there. Elliot Forbes. Right? 26 years old. 6'4". £300 a week. Out of contract. He's played most games this season. He's not bad. He's not bad, but remember, we've conceded a lot of goals this year. So he's got acceleration of 10, which is fine. Jumping reach of 11, which is fine. His composure's gone up a little bit. His teamwork's 11. His heading's 11. He's sort of fine, isn't he? 6'4". He's been at the club 2 years. And he's made 79 appearances. Yeah, he's going to get 100. He's going to get 100 appearances for Darlow. 26. Toby Lees. 6'3". He's 29. Again, these are two players that are going to help bring someone like Adewini on, aren't they? Really. And he's got a 6.95 average rating this season. Yeah. Plays short, simple passes. Doesn't dive into tackles. That's the sort of thing you want. He was near the top of the pyramid, wasn't he? Yeah, Lee's in the team leader. Yeah. So yeah, 29 years old. Getting him in his prime now, would you argue? 350. 6'3". To be fair, if we kept that three at the back system, 3 centre backs of Forbes, Lees, and Adewini, there's potentially something there, isn't there? Potentially. So then Barrow's maybe the one that misses out. Maybe Barrow goes to left back. Maybe. Okay. And then let's look into the midfield, shall we? So, do we go defensive mids first? Ellis Stanton. See, it says he's a leader for his personality. And it says balanced here, obviously. Decision making 14. Aggression 15. Tackling. Fitness. He's not a starter for me. He's not a starter. Actual defensive players. Will Hatfield is probably one of our main ones. Box to box though. 500 quid a week. 4 goals, 5 assists, 40 appearances, 6.82 average rating. Acceleration's declining. We could use the money. This is the thing. I think it's going to come down to whether we sacrifice Hatfield or Platt. And I think we have to sacrifice one of those players in the squad just for their wages. And I think to look at it, Hutchie's probably going to like me. Platty's not really given as much. If we compare the two of them, and I know it's comparing apples and oranges because they're not really the same sort of player, but right, if we put them both as a DM, right? Platty's a bit taller, okay? So he's better in the air. He's better at marking, he's better at tackling. Okay? He's slightly better positioning. Actually, do you argue that there's a better player there with Tom Platt? And do we save the money with Hatfield? Could Platt cut the balls out? If he's a little bit taller, do we partner him with someone who can do the defensive side of stuff? So key passes is obviously a lot less, 0.87 versus 1.45. Assists are down. He wins more tackles, 1.6 versus 1.54. He covers a little bit more ground. And there's not a lot between them, 6.81 and 6.79 in terms of their rating. And again, Hatfield's played nearly double the amount of games. Certainly started more than double games. Hatfield's probably the slightly better player overall, probably more rounded. But what it's going to come down to is here's the question. Is Hatfield going to decline rapidly over the course of the year? That's the interesting question, isn't it? Yeah. And then you look at some of the other kids that we've got around them. I mean, like Rafael Montero, probably stick him in the reserves. I don't think he's going to be someone we're going to really look at, to be honest. Looking at some of the new kids we've got, your Jordan Turners, who's a winger, even Ellis Stanton, Dale Ewan, is he going to try and claim he's a striker now? He might be. Finishing at 13, he might be a striker now, rather than a midfielder. And let's look at Stanton. $21. It's interesting, isn't it? McGowan's obviously going to be going, so we need to replace what McGowan brought in. And to be honest, McGowan only brought in 8 assists and 1 goal. So it's not like McGowan actually brought much to the table. I don't think McGowan actually gave us everything. He maybe played a little bit within himself, I think. Stephen Dawson, another. Wow, he's 25. What's he doing here? Stephen Dawson, 25 years old, non-contract. I mean, there's nothing there, is there? Dawes, I'm afraid you're going to have to make room as well, I'm afraid. Even though we're not paying you any money, I think you can leave. Yeah, doors that way. Doors that way. Don't let the doors slam you on the way out. Tom Allen. I just want to check if I've already done this. I've got a bee in my bonnet with Tom Allen. I don't think he's as good as £500 a week suggests. But I also worry that if we release Tom Allen, he's going to go somewhere else in the league and tear it up. And that's just kind of something we're going to have to accept, I think. I don't think that 500 quid is what we want. Let's hit release. Okay. Matty Cornish. I mean, that's that is brutal for Matty Cornish there, isn't it? Look, everything is declining. Now, is that because we've not been playing him? Possibly. Could he do a job? He hasn't done a job, has he? He's been played a lot beforehand. 41 matches. 2 goals in 9 games. It's better than Tom Allen, isn't it? 28 years old. Again, I think we've maybe got to be a little bit more ruthless, I think. Not used. I think we release him as well. I'm going to hold for him for now, but I think he is going to go. Just bear with me. I think he is going to go. Cedric Main. Big Cedric. $28. What's he on? 500 quid a week. Wow. 500 quid. He's been getting goals, that's the thing. The physicals are a big thing. 12 goals in 29 matches as well. But I probably need this to come down because, as you can see, he's not actually played every single match. He's not been starting every single match. So we need to look at his wages a little bit. But if it's between him and Cornish, then Cornish is out the door, innit? Really. Yeah. Evening musician, good to see you, pal. And then Matthew Kiro, who he's sort of like a little bit of a cult player for us, I suppose, really. He's not contracted. He occasionally turns up and scores goals when we need him to. He's an okay backup, yeah. He stays the mascot. He's quick and he can cross. In a sense, can he play? Well, he can just about play backup as a wing back, maybe. I wouldn't really want to, wouldn't trust him to play there, but right, he's non-contract. So again, he's non-contract, so he's not costing us. Yeah. So that's not a concern either. When you look at then on the right side, we've now got Odie and Tambwe, and he's already better than Tom Allen. Do you know what I mean? He's already better than Tom Allen. He's our star boy. Yeah. I mean, Jordan Turner can play on the right as well. So he's probably the backup, I think. Doesn't have a mullet, so that's interesting. We need some of these better prospects on actual contracts so we don't lose them for nothing. Well, they are on contracts, Tim. Jesse Nelson up top. But Pele, goal machine. £60 a week. There we go. He's on a proper contract. The jump and reach arrow is getting better, isn't it? Look at that. It's going up to 19. Oh. And again, Jesse doesn't need acceleration or pace. He scored 17 goals. Yeah. So Jesse stays. Aidan Rutledge. I mean, theoretically, he should score goals. Theoretically. Have we played him wrong? He's 6'6". He's on £500. He got 5 goals in 16 games, 16 starts. Did we just play him wrong? Like, he sort of knows where the goals are, but he hasn't proved it enough for us. And when you compare him to someone like Maskell, who sort of has come in and has done a job, and we've given him £400 a week, the striker is a similar style, probably don't play them together. His contract was considerably less. Fair. And I think if you compare him to Maskell, Rutledge right at the top. You can see there's not a great deal of difference between them, bar the height. Like that jumping reach is obviously better for Rutledge. But even then, he's 6'6" and his jumping reach is 8. Like, come on. His heading's only 8. So he's wasting his key attribute. And when it comes to finishing, Maskell's 13 against 12, 11 for first touch against 10, off the ball 11 versus 7, anticipation 10 versus 8, aggression 4 versus 9, bravery 11 versus 8. Jack's doing everything that Rutledge isn't doing. Yeah? Mad Dog 2020's in. Yes, now I've made it. This is what we're after. Sponsored stream, everyone. Let's make this happen. Yeah, goals per 90 minutes, 0.40 to 0.32. And he's got some assists, better key passes. Shots on target ratio is a little bit under. Winning tackles. Covering more distance, playing better. Yeah. Maskell's in, Rutledge is out. And then we've got Jack Mortimer as well, Roberto Darlos, who again doesn't have a contract, but he's got 6 in 12 starts, 14 sub appearances. He's in the chat. We can't really boot him out, can we? So that's what it looks like on paper, right? Dante Ranger goes, we're going to send him back. He's not for us. Nearer than I expected. Honestly, you should see it close up, Chaser. It's like a spider's walked over it. My writing's awful. Montero can go into the under 18s as well. Harley Irwin's going to leave, obviously, because he's on loan. 6.95, so he sort of did a decent job as well, mind. But will we held back by him and McGowan? And the next question is Leroy Lita, who actually is improving, by the way, as a 41-year-old. Leroy Lita has some attributes that are going up. Like, how? He's a 41-year-old that attempts overhead kicks. We're not paying him. We're literally only paying him an appearance fee. So when he turns up, he gets paid. What I'm wondering is at what point will he have a staff attribute? That's my thinking, right? Yeah? Will he become a member of staff? Performance data. Leroy Lita is performing well below average in every area in his key stats for this role. Right, let's just let's click a different screen right now. Okay, let's do that. Okay, so that's that squad planner. Let's see if this squad planner works. Actually, it sort of does in a sense. Didn't expect his stamina to be as high as 5. I certainly didn't either. I certainly didn't. Right, goalkeeper is our number one priority, isn't it, really? Okay. Toby Lees, let's put Forbes there. Let's put Forbes and Adewini. Oh yeah, let's add Barrow as well. Will it not let you add players that aren't specifically? For Myers Smith, we obviously want to put Headley in there and Madison. Okay, DMs, we've got Hatfield and Platt, I suppose. We're probably thinking we keep Platty, maybe. Good old Darling, I wish they come back to football. Oh, we all do. We all do. This Nivlek, we all do. One day they'll be back. We'll hopefully make that happen. If we can. The spiral carpets are on. This is how it feels. Doing a journey saver my stream with Elopoli. Sounds fun. That's in Greece, isn't it? We did love a bit of Greece last year. We loved a bit of Greece. Let's pop him there as well. Rutledge can come out. Kira can come out. Nelson, of course, can be the main man. I mean, in a sense, it looks like we've got a lot of strikers there, but we probably do. Taylor Ewan can go there as well. Right. This is how it feels to be Darlow. I like it. Okay. So that's the players that we've got in now. let's quickly get a bit of hydration on, because as you can hear, I'm starting to gravel up a little bit. Here's the moment where I ask for some advice, okay? Use it however you wish, okay? Out of the players that we've got, and I need to get another coloured pen, probably. Out of the players we've got, who are we definitely keeping? Who are we going to get rid of? And then also, after that, what are the opinions about how we played as a team? What was the concerns? What didn't look like it was going well? What did we do well? Yeah? We need to start having a bit of an honest conversation about that and try and look at what were we good at as a team? What were we not good at? And then how are we going to address it and improve it? And then we're going to say, right, what is the first and foremost point of action? We buy a goalkeeper first of all. That's obviously what it is, isn't it? We go and buy a goalkeeper. Tim says, build the team around Jesse Nelson and the other lads, the young lads. Jesse Nelson and Tambwe could be the way to do it, isn't it? According to Danny Roll at his press conference today, players he wants to keep in green, players to improve in yellow, and players to get rid of in red. That makes sense for me. Let me go and get some colours. 2 seconds. Yeah, youngest Jameson got some colours for his birthday, so go get the colours. Daddy, where's the red, green, and yellow? Daddy was doing an admin stream last night, mate. So you need to book your ideas up a little bit. Right, so let's have a look. Sorry, so Rutledge is gonna go. Yeah. Cornish is gonna go. They're the definites. I've already got 2 definites. Yeah. So there's red already. Sorry, Mr. Teacher, my dad needed the notebook for transfers. Oh yeah. All right. Who did he sign? Right, Nelson stays, Maskell stays, Darlow stays. So our 3. So we've got 3 strikers. Okay. Ironically, they're not great. Well, we probably still could do with another striker. Cedric, we think is possible. Adewini we're keeping. Hilaire we're keeping. Right. What did we decide about the fullbacks? Because you can see there's now a couple of extra players that have been filled in. McGrath's gonna have to go in, really. Like, I know we're not paying him, but we're also not gonna play him. I was looking at his. 13 conceded in 9 games, 2 clean sheets, 8 tipped saves, 8 parries, 18 shots held. Let's compare him to who was actually in goal this year. What was he called? Leach, was he? I don't think we can find the lad we've got in goal. I don't think there's a case that could be made for him, is there? As much as I would like it, I don't think there's a case to be made. I don't. It's time to go. Do you know what? I genuinely feel bad at this point. I think had I not known that I've upset the goalkeepers in real life, I wouldn't feel as bad. But his jumping reach is declining. His handling's not very good. That balance of 1 is positioning of 4 as well. Like he's not even in the area, is he? He's only 6'2". I mean, look, the 6'2" thing, he's actually the tallest goalkeeper we've got. He's taller than Mark Pillay, who's 6 foot but at 15. And already, if you compare the two of them, like if we compare, where is he? If we compare McGrath and Pillay, I don't actually think that Pillay's miles better. He's miles better, and he's 15. Time to get the 5'3" keeper from Sunderland. I think so. Like, do you know what's really interesting as well? Looking at these like green attributes, yeah, is that balance of 4 versus balance of 1. Look at the swing. He's not even that good, but it's like, oh yeah, he can balance. The key attribute is he's not costing us anything. That's the thing, Matty. So, do we put him in the reserves? I wouldn't feel bad. We finished 12th last season, not 8th. Yeah. But he didn't have anything to do with this, McGrath. That's the problem. Reflexes 14 versus 9. Decision making is only a little bit better. Composure a bit better. I mean, yeah, 7 saves per 90 minutes as opposed to 3.7. Oh, I'm sorry, Liam. I'm sorry. There's just... Isn't that child slave labour? That's for the courts to decide, Fraser. I'm really sorry, Liam. You've got to go. Right. McGrath's gone. Okay. Oh, how many of the goalkeepers have we got? We've got another one who's, again, isn't costing us anything. And again, he's not good enough for the first team either. But even he's better than McGrath as well. And just to confirm that, let's go back and look at that again. Balance 5 versus 1. Acceleration's better. Handling's better. Kicking's better. Bravery's better. Concentration's better. Reflexes are better. Positioning's better. And even then, this kid's nowhere near first team, right? But again, he's not costing us. Preston Leach, this is the goalkeeper we're currently playing. 43 goals conceded in 35 games. And do you know what? Mark Pilley has some better attributes than the goalkeeper we've been playing. He's better at communicating. He's got better command of area. He's more agile. He's got better balance. The goalkeeper we're playing had a balance of 1 as well. He's more determined. He's got better composure, better concentration. Yeah. Right, Preston Leach is out of here. We don't need him. Okay. Right, he's done as well. But we need a goalkeeper. Right, a goalkeeper is our first port of call. Absolutely. I'll put Kibora in yellow. He's a maybe. Right, he's a backup. Headley. I like Headley. Right, I like Headley. He's had 6.52 average rate, which I think is a little bit low for his abilities. Let's see what he wants. He's versatile. In fact, actually, let's do this the other round. Who are the players we desperately want to keep and get their contracts locked down first? How much is Cedric Main going to want? Because if he's wanting more than 500 quid... We've got £183 a week available. He wants to go up to 6. That feels like a lot for Cedric. Andy wants some bonuses chucked in and £120 a week appearance fee. He is a bit greedy. Might just cancel it for now. I suppose I have to sort of see what everyone else has got first of all, so let's cancel it for now, right? Again, this is one of those things where it would be nice to be able to sort of like, have they got the ask the agents and stuff? Maybe if they're amateur players, they're maybe not going to have agents, are they? How much is Headers wanting? Fringe player? Okay, he's on 350. He's happy to drop down to 300. 90% of fee appearance fee. Let's knock that to 70. Let's see if he'll take 270. Let's take this unused sub off as well. Right, so that's actually, let's do some maths now. So he was on 350, he's now on 280, so we've actually saved 70 quid. Right, and do you know what? Look, for this, I've put this in green as well for saved money. What's Myers Smith wanting? He's on 250 at the minute. Breakthrough prospect. Again, I don't want him to jump much higher above 250. Ooh, I don't know if every player you want to keep a low wage and a 50% promotion wage rise. Well, if they're only wanting 30, I'd take 30. I'm definitely taking the new sub fee out because obviously that's like, when you're in the lower leagues, that's crippling you. You know? You don't want to be paying that constantly. Right, okay, there we go. So we saved another 20 quid there on Myers Smith. Let's see. Do we see how much Barrow wants? How much do we think is reasonable? If Barrow will take 350, do you reckon? Get a lot of money back in for this. Come on. Nothing near 500. Drop that wage, Barrow. 390. Ooh, okay. He's started low already. He's already saved us 110 quid. There is a big loyalty bonus in there, though. That's going to come out of the bank balance, isn't it? Should we try and be cheeky? 360? He would have gone lower. Clearly. Oh, we've moved too quickly there, haven't we? Can we get away with that not offering loyalty bonuses? I don't know. I don't know. But do you know what? Is it? I think Scott's the club captain. Actually, let me check. Where's the dynamics? Where you'll find that all out. Yeah, he's the club captain at the end of the day. Yeah. And look, that's another 140 quid saved, essentially. Take the savings, don't dwell if there's a better deal. Yeah, exactly. This is my thinking, Matty. Yeah, we're in, we're sorted. Like, it's fine. Let's not worry. Just take whatever we've saved and put it into another player. Okay. Forbes is on 300. 250, do you reckon? Ooh, right, okay. Now this is going to be an issue. 300 to 470. Let's come out for a second. Okay, I'm make a note of that. Oh, 470. Question mark on that one. Right. Let's cancel it. Yeah, good shout, Dan. Let's get more some. And you know what? Let's get a bit of Brooklyn hydration. We've got some work to do here. Toby Lees. He's on 350. Thing is, I think because Forbes went from a fringe player to a first teamer, Lees is going to want to be in that first teamer bracket as well. He's on 350. He wants 470 as well. Okay. I suppose Lee's on a 695. 16 for determination. He's high up in the hierarchy. He's a team leader. We're probably going to have to pay for him, aren't we? Really? And it's not going to be today. It's going to have to be a bit later on. How much did Cedric Main want again? 600 or something, was it? Did Cedric Main want about 600? I think it was, wasn't it? I'm going to put 650. It might not have been, but let's put a question mark there as well. It's fine because we've still got a little bit of time to negotiate these things, haven't we? At least we've got a ballpark, yeah. Hatfield's on 500. What's here? The player is showing signs he's declining. If we can get him for 300 quid, would people be happy with if he stayed in the club? What do we think, chat? If we can get him down, because if he takes the same lead that Barrow did and saves us a few quid and then allows us to bring in a younger player as well, see if he'll just drop to regular starter maybe. Oh, important first team player. All right. Oh, hey, okay. He wants to still be the star. Okay. In a sense, I quite like that. That's fiery. Platty's progress is declining. But again, we think, let's see if we can save a couple of quid. Otherwise, he's gone as well. 32. In fact, you know what? I know we don't look at stars, but playing time impact sub. £460. Tom Platt, you're having a laugh, mate. You are having a laugh. Jamie Hutchinson is right. You are an absolute charlatan. How dare you? Never seen such insolence in my life. Yeah? Disgusting. And we're letting Rutledge go, is that right? Or are we going to try and offer Rutledge out now? See if we can get some money for him. Tom the Fraud Platt. Yeah. All bloody... You know what I mean? Yes, clip it and send it to Jamie. Do you know what I mean? He's an absolute diabolical human being. I'm in agreement with him now. Yeah, that's right. Let's all go after him. So... I'm going to put a red line through Platt, actually. I don't understand how he can expect to get an increase in wages when he wasn't playing all the time. Okay. All right, so Barrow stayed. Headley stayed. Myers-Smith stayed. What happened with Madison? We've got here he's 100 quid. Did we go back in for Madison? He wanted an extra bit of cash, didn't he? We'll have to go back in with him at some point, right? So there we go. That's what it currently looks like then, on paper. We're in agreement that the order of priority is as follows. Goalkeeper. Centre-back or defensive midfielder, I think, might be the order of priority, because at the minute, we haven't got one. Platty's going to go. He's been letting his gob go like that. Hatfield thinks he's the star boy. We might be able to talk him down a little bit, or we can sort of say, look, you have actually done pretty well. Let's get back round the table. He is in the leadership group, so let's consider him. But he's declining, and he's 34. His legs are going to go. So maybe that centre of midfield. There's a big gap in the centre of midfield. We haven't got Steele, like, to sort of win the ball, do the dirty work, just cover yardage, turnovers, interceptions. And we haven't got someone in there who can create a bit of magic. Our midfield, I'm looking at it now on paper, our midfield is really poor. And I think that's where a lot of our issues came from last season, was we weren't competing. There was nothing in the midfield that was actually helping anything we did. We do need an experienced head in there. I wonder, would we have access to a list of expiring players' contracts, do you reckon? Chat. Would that be something that would seem to be reasonable? Yeah, we would be aware of that. Okay. So if we have a look then at a list of players there whose contracts are expiring in the next 3 months. You are persuadable. Obviously, we'd still have to get them in. The PFA send that list out to clubs. There we go. That's it. Tom Tonks it is. He's the only man. Honk, honk. In come Tom Tonks. And Daniel Herrell, a 37-year-old who plays for the Samaritans. The PFA go out of their way to find players employment. This is it, yeah. That's a good point. Martinique, I believe, will be the country, George. MTQ. So Tom Tonks from Tamworth potentially got a bit of determination, got a bit of leadership, got a bit of passing about him, got a bit of fitness. He's got a bit of bite in there as well. A trial, absolutely. So 3 years at Tamworth. He's been at Rush Hall. He's been at Stafford, Stourbridge. Well, Tamworth twice, actually. Solihull Moors. So he's hung around the Midlands. He's friends with Curtis Tilt. Who's Curtis Tilt? 34-year-old Jamaican at Bradford. Right. Will Tom Tonks come and have a little trial with us? The legend of Tom Tonks. Check out his long throw. Is this a thing? Dean. Tom Tonks. So yeah, short links. Tom Tonks Tamworth. Tom Tonks throw in. Let me have a look at this. Right. The Tommy Tonks special, it says. Oh, we need a bit of this. Right. Okay. Right. Tom Tonks can throw a ball. He has got a good name, hasn't he, Yorkie? Old TT in the middle. 34 years young as well. Okay, so there's a possible DM. Evening, Rugio. How are you, pal? Pleasure to see you. Hope you're well. Right, so Tom Tonks we're getting on trial. Let's go from the top, shall we? Aaron Atkinson at Barnsley, under 21. Our scouts have looked at him, apparently. Whether he's any good for Darlington in the summer 2026 isn't a question for me to answer. Dean, do you know what? It's fine. You've given me some information. That's fine. Like, let's see what the universe allows. Yeah, let them decide. Hope you're well, though, pal. Nice to see you. Aaron Atkinson, he's on big money. See if he'll come for a trial. Charlie Carter. I don't like doing it by the eyeball, but this guy, he wouldn't even be able to pick up the text message to come for a trial. Daniel Harrell. I mean, he's 37 years old from Martinique. He's had 103 caps. He's 37 years old. Who's going to try and stop me getting this guy? Come on, Daniel. This guy's got TJ written all over. Yeah. Enjoy you finding a player called Aaron Atkinson of Barnsley. Nothing fancy about that muck and nettle stuff. Joe Riley. Oh, now he can play midfielder and right back. Good teamwork. Evening tune, Teddy. Nice to see you, pal. Hope you're good. A mere youngster at 37. Absolutely. The visa people. What's he done? Well, he's not going to get stopped at the at border force, is he? He's not been to Australia. Sorry, mate. You can't go into Australia. Have you ever looked at a cow in the eyes? Have you ever read a newspaper? Have you ever used less than 2-ply toilet roll? You can't come into Australia. I don't know what accent that was, but I think it was Leeds. Dan Ward. Now he's got a bit of mental. Off the ball, teamwork, work rate, fitness. 28, and he's from Shields as well, so they're going to go up, and he's not going to need. He's not going to be needed in the National League, is he? He's transfer listed. Right, let's get in. Half Cockney is half Australian. I think it's just half cock, to be honest, doesn't it? Let's see what we've got there in terms of goalkeepers who's coming up for expiry. Jacob Bryant. Oh, he looks like Jordan Pickford's younger brother. I don't think he's much better than what we've got. I know he's 6'4", but not really. Paul Cooper. We spent a bit of time trying to look at him, didn't we? Is he the one? Not sure. We know about him. The scouts have been to see him, so we know about him. So there is that. Kinch, welcome. Appreciate the follow and the FM Professor as well. You ever wrestled a croc, mate? Yeah. Have you ever wore crocs? Mr. Namzo's in as well. Nice to see you. Appreciate the follow there. Welcome in, new people. It feels weird to sort of like be able to say welcome in new people without having to apologise for something first. Did we sign a goalkeeper in the end? Oh, Dean, I wish we did. I really wish we did. Goalkeepers have been the bane of our lives. We got a guy in on loan who wasn't that great, to be honest. And now we've got a 15-year-old. I mean, Aaron Davies looks pretty handy. Possibly two-footed. Might be able to handle. Might be all right, actually, potentially. We don't know. Maybe give him a trial, possibly. Our current first-choice goalkeeper, if we don't sign anybody, at this moment in time is a 15-year-old Australian who's come through our youth system. That's where we are. Like, that's our first team. Oh yeah, and he's currently got a broken finger. Yeah, that's who we've got in goal right now. The season's ended, so it's not a huge problem, but like it would be a problem. You know what I mean? David Ken in one of the follow as well. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Appreciate you. MCG, it's not a TJ stream if new people don't arrive mid-nonsense. Oh, yeah, yeah. Like, if people turn up and they're not confused, like, hang on, what's gone on? Born in 2010. Oh, God. It's a horrible, horrible follow-up to Born in the USA, isn't it? Llama, once the window's open, would it be worth right-clicking on Newcastle, Sunderland and Borough, getting a scout report to see if any nippers will come on loan? It will, Llama. It will. We've mentioned that. The whole local network will absolutely be looking to try and abuse Brandon Hall, 33 years young, from Telford. I come in to be confused. That's what she said, I think, possibly. Well, we play a database, sorry. Jake Oram, he's got very nice teeth, hasn't he? Jack Phillips from Sheffield Wednesday. Now, we've had terrible luck with goalkeepers from Sheffield Wednesday. Abusing local nippers is perhaps not the headline you want to run with. Well, that's true. That's true, Llama. Yes, yes. Let's not do it that way. I should say as well, by the way, before I end up in prison for something I've said or not said, it's Black Friday, right? Okay, and I could do with getting some bail money put together, clearly. If you haven't signed up for Patreon, by the way, for the FM show, we have a little discount at the minute where we're allowing you to have, or we're giving you 50% off your first month of Patreon. That's all tiers, so £3, £5 and £10. You have to sign up the usual way, patreon.com/the FM show pod. You'd think I'd give it like a sort of really snappy code to put in, like, you know, Friday 50 or the FM show 50. But I did it last night when I was on stream and I don't really know what I pressed. So the code is C53ED. Really, really snappy, isn't it? And really easy to remember. But if you wanted to support the podcast on Patreon, then yeah, you can do that until the 30th of November. So if you've never been to Patreon before, you get a 50% off just for your first month. After that, it goes back up to full price. So the £3 tier, £1.50. Oh God, who says I don't give you bargains? Who said that? I need to know. So yeah, you'll get the early access for the public episode. You'll get the Patreon episodes, which are going to start now being content creators and other people, cool people, talking about their saves. Llama, I need to get you to do one, please, if you get some time. Talk to me about your favourite save. We also do VIP early access tickets for FM Con, because we want that to be happening next year. I need that to happen next year. So you'll get advance notice of that. And any live shows we do, and also as well, I'd quite like, right, here's my wish to the universe, right? I would quite like 1,000 Patreons, and I don't know how possible that is, but I'd just like to say that at some point. That'd be cool, wouldn't it? So I'm putting that into the universe right now. Yeah. So that's my thing. So yeah, if you love the podcast, right, and you want to support it, then this is the way to do it. Jack Phillips is a 5'4" goalkeeper from Sheffield Wednesday. Maybe we don't. You know what? No, I can't get a 5'4" goalkeeper in to have a look at. He might be brilliant, but he's clearly, I mean, I'm just moving on. I'm moving on. He's 20. He'll grow. Will he though? At 20, I reckon you're pretty much starting to max out. Hiram Romero from Scarborough. They don't reckon he's any good. Let's get us a Hobbit. He can't be a goalie at 5'4". He's having a laugh. Yeah, exactly. He's taking the piss, isn't he? He's absolutely taking the piss. Alfie Scales, he's only 18. We need experience in goal. Experience or undoubted ability. That's what we need. Ollie Walker, 5'9". Terrific signing for the future, apparently. Rushing out 16. Don't know if I want that as a... I don't know if that's a good thing. Speed at coming off his line will help sweep up through balls. That is a thing. But I don't know. I'm not convinced. 5'9" is quite short as well. He's got a jumping reach of 20. He'll be fine. I mean, yeah. I suppose if he's like a flea. Yeah. He could do that. So, right. So we've offered trials to centre midfielders, goalkeepers, centre backs. I suppose we should probably start looking at if potentially we're about to lose two. Freddie Anderson from Stoke, 6'1", 19 years old. I guess. I mean, they might turn us down, to be honest, because they're still playing. The second coming of Fabian Barthez. That's a good point, Rizzo. I've not considered that. James Butler. He sort of looks 26 and 46 in equal measures, doesn't he? Like, he doesn't look like a centre-back. He looks like he'd come round and fix your printer. But he's got jumping reach of 15. Heading of 12. Acceleration's not great. Is there an audio podcast where you can listen to us or just YouTube? No, there's audio as well. Tune Teddy. So anywhere on Spotify, Apple Music, it's all there. But if you get it through Patreon, then all the bonus stuff is through the Patreon app. So you can listen to audio versions as well. Yeah. It's the youthful eyes and grizzled everything else, isn't it? In my opinion, playing the best bit of the game now, the sum after the first season. I agree, Dean. I hate season one. I've said it a lot. I hate season one. I find season one so tiresome because you've got to try and understand what's going on. For me, particularly. You're trying to work with other people's players. You're trying to understand the tactic, work out how the game works, not get sacked. And it's only after the season one that you can sort of start to put your own stamp on it and go, right, this is what I want to do. This is how I want to do it. Season one's a grind. And the thing with it with season one as well, Professor, is that season one's got a lot of pressure for me to enjoy the save. Yeah, because like, if I'm not feeling it in season one, then there's a big problem there. I'm like, oh, I'm going to put a lot of time and effort in here. And if it doesn't grab me, then what? 5'5", Sheffield Wednesday. Are Sheffield Wednesday deliberately only getting short players? Mackenzie Maltby, 5'5", centre-back. Barry Bannon is not a centre-back. Season one's the worst because you want to get attached, but you really have none of your own squad. That's a good point, Neverman. That's a really good point. So maybe everyone should start their saves a year in. Maybe try it that way. Have you had a stream save where you knew you'd make a mistake in season one? Or where I knew I'd made a mistake in season one? I mean, that first save we did with Sunderland would have been it, wouldn't it? Getting sacked on stream, that would have been it. The first time I ever streamed, that was definitely a mistake. Thankfully, going to Peterborough really helped that. I mean, the Pentagon as well, I suppose. I knew that wasn't going to go anywhere. So that probably also counts. And I'm not going to lie, there's even been part of this here where I'm like, oh, Sunderland in the beta, I'm like, it's fine, it's just a beta save, it doesn't really matter. But even like a little bit of some of this save, and I'm sort of going like, is it gonna land? Like, is it gonna land the way that I hope it does? Like, am I doing the right thing? You know, is this the save I want? But thankfully, we've got to the end of season 1, and I'm like, yeah, okay, cool, we're all right here. But yeah, it could easily be very, very different. Jeremy Robert Freelance, quick 1 hour stream summary. Any signings? No, not yet. No, we've been on stream for 2 hours, and we've basically gone through my squad and coloured players that we're going to get rid of, players we're going to keep. Yellows are players that we think we might keep, we're not sure about. We've got some wage demands from players who are out of contract. So we're now looking at trials for players on expiring contracts. And we've given our preference to goalkeepers first and then central midfielders, because we realised that that's a big problem for how we played last year was our central midfielders just weren't good enough. And we didn't have anything really in the central midfield. So yeah, there's a little bit of self-reflection. I've realised that a 15-year-old... yeah, and we're also realising we might play a 15-year-old in goal next year. But apart from that, we haven't lost a match yet. That's good. What league are we in? We're in the National League North. So we didn't get into the playoffs. And more importantly, we didn't get relegated. So that's 2 things, right? That's 2 things. Do you have a go-to plan when starting the lower leagues? Yeah, I try and go for teams that don't have expectations of promotion. Like, because I want to kind of have a bit of a safety net, really. Where I can sort of be like, look, you know, there's like, I don't want the pressure of having to win straight away. But I also want to be able to build something. So I want to feel something for the club as well. Yeah. If you get promoted to Save 1, the season's done for me. 12th is the perfect season 1. See, me and Llama are on the same track here. Like, if we're into the National League by Christmas, something's gone wrong. Something's gone terribly wrong, hasn't it, Llama? I mean, Mrs. J has added a lot of boy bands into this playlist, hasn't she? I'm not saying I'm against it because it's Friday night, but there's a few more boy bands than I was expecting. I mean, it might all be the same boy band for all I know, but you know. Is Mrs. J in the room with us now? Yeah. Josh Carvalho. Oh, he's right now. Forgive me. He's the openly gay footballer, isn't he? Let's get him in. Come on, this will be cool. He's quick. There's a player I've heard of, everybody. Anthony Dudley. And then Luke Luke Duffy. Oh, hello, Luke Duffy. Little Mr. I play everywhere. Is that what you do, is it? You're just one of those like little Mr. Plays everywhere, right? Okay. You're quite useful, aren't you? Llama, you don't realise how tricky getting out the National League North is when you're not using the player search. You're relying on quite poor scouts bringing out the dregs of football. Yeah, that's the thing. And then also having to use your own judgment as well. Yeah. Jeremy, I have that centre-back Freddie Cook in my Telford save. Do you allow scouting reports from the chat? Well, not really. I must admit, I don't really. Have I had a look at him already? I did have a look at him, and there wasn't really a lot there that I saw. I saw his jumping reach. I saw his height. He's quite cheap. I mean, if he's potentially the standard of what we're looking at, I'd compare him to Adweny, who I think is probably going to be better. Am I wrong? There is no backseating, exactly. So have I missed an opportunity? Let me just we'll put the trial in. That's fine, right? I found the new transfer room useful for getting out of the National League South. Right. Set up a recruitment focus for players whose contracts expire in the next year. Helps massively. I mean, look, I'm going to be honest with you, everyone. We are 2 hours into the stream, right? Just set expectations now. We're 2 hours in the stream, and I don't know about you, but I reckon I'm almost ready to press continue for the first time in tonight's stream. What do we think? Are we comfortable enough to move on to the next day? Because technically, it is a big call, Llama. This is why I want to make sure that we're all on board here. I don't want to just go like rushing away if like everyone else is sort of like going, right, TJ, we haven't quite thought about everything yet. All we've done is we've just spoken to our squad. We could have a look at the we could try and have a look at player stats and see if anything works here, and try and find someone. How many sheets of A4 have we filled? Well, so at the minute, Llama, we've filled one, which is our current squad. What I'd like to do is I'd then like to fill out another sheet of the players that agree to come in on trial, because some of them might say no because we're technically still in the season. More clean sheets than the whole season. Yeah, that's exactly it. Is it worth checking who South Shields let go of? Yeah, no, they've not let go of anyone yet at the minute, Dig. That's the thing. We're only in January, February, March, April. So contracts, of course, expire in June. So we're sort of getting the start on the window, to be honest. Do you know what? I'm gonna nudge on. I'm gonna nudge on everyone. Oh, look at all this. We've got some players coming in. Some people have decided to say no, right? So who's snubbed us? Let's make a list of their names. Yeah, I am reckless. It's Friday night, Arsenal. Do you know what I mean? Strap yourselves in. Crazy TJ, away he goes. So Freddie Anderson has said no. Okay. Stoke, centre back. Okay. That probably makes sense. Jake Griffin. Okay, another Stoke. We weren't ready to progress with all these snubs. We weren't. Francis Jimmer. What is it with people, like... It's only the Stoke lads, isn't it? This is the swap, the song I swapped over from YouTube to here. Honestly, we've been having a great time over here, Yorkie. Yeah. Ben Collins is in. Olivier Cawthorne is in. And I'm intrigued by this guy. Venezuelan centre-back. Currently playing at Telford. I can already see potentially good jumping reach, potentially good determination, and I can see he's definitely 6'4". And he might play midfield as well, so this could be interesting. I hope I'm not being Stokist. Well, if anything, the Stoke people are refusing to come to me. They would rather live in Stoke than live in Darlington. I mean, I don't understand. You don't have to live in Darlington. You could live in Bishop Auckland if you wanted to. You could live in Newton Aycliffe. You could live in Thornaby, Thirsk, if you wished. Yeah. Matthew Bowers says, I'm trying to release some players to save some wages. The board keep blocking it. Do you know the way around it? Yeah, if you're just trying to release players while they're still on contract, the board tend not to like that. If the players are due to have their contracts expiring, you can click set for release, and then what it does is it offsets that money for you, so it puts it back in your transfer budget, so you're not sort of like, it basically allows you to calculate with that money being saved. But if you're just trying to release players, clubs don't like doing that. Betts asks, am I a Darlow fan? No, mate, Sunderland fan. Llama, speaking of football, by the way, I don't know if I actually spoke to you properly about this. What's your thoughts on the new Birmingham City stadium plans? What do you think of the design? Aaron Davies is Port Vale. It's something about the Potteries area, isn't it? They're just they're not going with it. It's a bold design. It is a bold design, isn't it? Daniel Harrell has said he doesn't want... Well, the Samaritans have said he can't go. Jebber, I've got a house with windows and doors. I'll show you mine. Actually, it's none of your business. Well, that's the thing. I've got a house with windows and doors, and I am now been encouraged to use curtains and close them. And the council have actually insisted upon that. So that's where we are right now, sadly. There was complaints from the neighbours. Yeah. So just the way it is, I'm afraid. Random fact, my brother scored the last ever goal at Boothfree Park for Hull versus Darlow. There you go, Bits. What about that? That is a good claim to fame, actually. For your brother. Samaritan's clearly worried about his mental health if he'd go to live in Darlow. Yeah. Possibly. Aaron Atkinson's not coming. Oh, no. Now, that's only because of the fact that he's still in contract, right? Surely. Don't have a feeling a house with both windows and doors is quite as big a brag as Bewitched claim it to be. Well, this is just where they live in it. They're like, look, I've got a house with windows and doors. No, you haven't. You're a lying bastard. Like, when you think about it, that is quite a shit claim to fame, isn't it? What a flex. I've got a house with windows and doors. We can get in and out of the house. Yeah. That's right. Now, and when they say, I'll show you mine if you show me yours, are they referring to the houses at this point? Just going, look, I've got a house, windows and doors. I'll show you my house if you show me your house. And then I'll go, mine's got windows and doors. Get fucked, right? Do you reckon it's that? It could be that, couldn't it? Dad's Our Job TV. Evening, TJ. Welcome. Hope all is well. We've interviewed ex-West Ham and Wolves winger last night. Spoke about football, dad life, peanut butter and toast with scrambled egg, eyebrow raiser, hard drive checker is what that is. Fucking hell, who on earth? Matt Jarvis. Like, do you know what? That sounds like a rumour you'd make up. Oh, you heard about Matt Jarvis? Oh, what about like eats peanut butter on toast with scrambled eggs? He does what? Nah. Check his hard drive. Check his hard drive. That is shocking behaviour. Right, and we have to take a couple of days to get a bit more information about these players on trial. We've got there for 4 weeks, though. The initial viewpoints appear to be that Nathan Newell's not very good, though. You've got him admitting it on screen. I would send that recording to the police. Like, because if he's admitted it, that is definitely an admission of guilt. Tom Tonks is in. Where's his throw-ins? Does it say throw-ins? Fucking long. 25 for throw-ins, we think. Anthony Dudley. Joe Riley? Hang on. Didn't that say fullback? Yeah, 29-year-old fullback. But what they mean is midfielder. £700 a week. That's a lot of money. We're at Tamworth, Premier League or something. James Butler, the man who thinks he's 26. His jumping reach has got a little bit better, I think. Claims of fame. I met John Cooper Clarke and Pete Best. My mum met Noel Gallagher in a tea room in Southport once. There you go. In fact, do you know what? Let's do this. I wasn't going to do it, but let's do it. What's your claim to fame? And also, not what's your claim to fame, what's a claim to fame for somebody else that you know? Because that also appears to be the theme for tonight's claims to fame. I'll tell you what, TJ, my next door neighbour once knew Basil Brush. I was going to say Basil Fawlty then, realised that wasn't a real person, and then I went Basil Brush, and I was like, that's also not a real thing. Oh, yeah, my next door neighbour once met Basil Bolly. That would be quite good, actually. The Arsenal, I once met TJ. I was in the same room. I mean, that's not a claim to fame. That's that's a low-level claim to fame, Arsenal, isn't it? I served Stephen Hendry when I worked in Sainsbury's. Now, again, a little bit more context here, MCG. You served Stephen Hendry. Well, as in, like, did you chop him up and, like, we were one of those little sort of stalls where they offer out samples? A little bit of Stephen Hendry, sir? A little bit of Stephen Hendry, madam? Or did you serve, like, papers on him? Are you an undercover bailiff? Maybe you work in the legal industry. Stephen Hendry's walking about Sainsbury's. He's there looking at discounted mints, and you're like, Stephen Hendry, terribly sorry. The divorce papers are here, mate. You know what I mean? I'm sorry to have to do this in public, but I believe these are yours. Or did you throw him up in the air and hit him with a massive novelty tennis racket because it was summer and Sainsbury's got all in on Wimbledon? Or was it something simple like you were working the checkouts? Yorkie, I used to drink with Martin Larson. Now, this is possibly Dwight York in the chat here. Kenny McLean was 3 years above me at high school. This is the level of claim to fame I like. Basically saying, I don't know this person. I've never met this person, but someone went to my school years older than me. We weren't friends. We didn't mix in the same circles. But definitely was once on the same bus as me. My dad fitted a kitchen for Chris Ryan, the SAS guy. I mean, if he's that good at being the SAS, he can fit his own kitchen, you know what I mean? Oh, I can survive out in the wild. Well, why are you getting a fucking kitchen fitter in, mate? Yeah. My claim to fame is John Moncur is my cousin. And I designed a 6-sided football stadium for 3-sided football. Philosophy football. Philosophy football. That's perplexed me. Let's make the game more beautiful. How do you make it more beautiful? 6-sided arena. Technically, if you're really, really clever with your drawings, you could do like a 4,000-sided arena and it would just look the same. My sister went to the same high school as 2 future NFL players. All right, so not NFL players just yet. So your sister went to the same high school as 2 players who aren't in the NFL. We are grasping at straws here, aren't we? I once touched hands with Michael Dawson in a Morrison's salad bar. This is what we're talking about, Tristan. They eventually made it. They eventually made it. Okay. So who are they then? Because I would have said my sister went to school with 2 NFL stars. Sorry, excuse me. I also went to school with several people who never played in the NFL. Honestly, Tim, my entire school never played in the NFL. None of them. Absolutely none. Average Barb, I learned to swim with Rebecca Adlington. Now again, was she part of your class or was she your teacher? One Ray Mualagu. I've butchered that. Was it Mawaluga? I think that's how I pronounce it, innit? I stayed in the same hotel in Norwich as Manchester United's matchday squad. It was Alex Ferguson's second game as manager of Man United in November 1996. There you go. There we go. 1996. That feels like it was... Surely he was not there. Was it 86 he was there? I hate to be the guy who splits hairs on this. It must have been 86. Borough affiliate promotion. I don't know what you mean. What do you mean, Benjamin? I went youth hosteling with Chris Eubank. I love that reference. That is very, very good. Very good, MCG. That is stunning work. Yeah. My neighbour is making his debut in the UFC this weekend. All right, Danny, who's your neighbour? What else have we got? My brother went to nursery with Victoria Pendleton. I wouldn't know anyone from my nursery or school, a bit for that matter. I love all this. Oh, do you remember that Victoria Pendleton from nursery? No? Oh, no, she's gone on to good things, has she? I once ate next to Kobe Bryant and his daughter at McDonald's. Again, there's some good ones coming here, innit? It was 1986, 86, not 96. That's right. Yeah, I thought that was the situation. No, that's either Ian Togo or Ian to go, and I quite like the idea of we could call him the takeaway. Is that Ian to go? Yes, it is. Decision making, determination, and positioning actually look fairly decent. I saw a celebrity on a TV. What tune is this? This is Wood by Alice in Chains. What did Kobe have from McDonald's? That's a good question, Yorkie. What was the order? I was once in the same stadium as Cristiano Ronaldo and Wayne Rooney. Well, as long as you weren't in the same hotel room with either of them. Yeah. I saw Lee Hendry at Sherwood Forest Centre Parks. Now we're back on track. I once had Sol Campbell walk past me at an airport, called out, well, what is clearly an offensive remark. He stopped, turned around, and gave me a dirty look and continued walking. Oh, so hang on. Like, Nizzy, hang on. Nizzy, 1 second. Did you use that offensive remark? Because, I mean, that is... I wouldn't necessarily be laying claim to that one. It's bad enough if it's Sol Campbell that's using that, and far be it from me to suggest people using remarks. But wow, if that's yours, then that's like. So what I did, right? I met Sol Campbell, and I was a little bit racist to him. I mean, come on, maybe not. I played five-a-side with David Coulthard. There's another one. My brother once shook the hands with Zealand. Again, this is like living vicariously through people, isn't it? I was behind the woman from not going out in the queue at Starbucks. I saw Tino Asprilla in Newcastle going into Geordie Jeans and Phoenix. Now, this is the thing. This is possible. Llama. Myself and Big Llama also met wrestler Sheamus last year at a Primark in New York. Big fan of that. That works. Ray Winston called me a ginger prick once. I mean, it's getting slagged, isn't it? This is a tune. I went to the toilet next to Dion Dublin in a pub once. I took a piss next to Tony Pulis once. Luke Riley from Paddy Pimlet's gym. Oh, cool. Nice. Oh, well, fingers crossed he does well this weekend then. Was Pulis naked? He wasn't, Llama, but I was. I'm Danny Guthrie's third cousin. Honestly, that is like... I think that's the lowest claim to fame. Even Danny Guthrie wouldn't claim that he's Danny Guthrie. If Danny Guthrie was in the chat, even he would be going, I know someone. Like, I know someone else. Danny Guthrie's in Football Man. He will be. He's a footballer. You have to hire him. I mean, feel free, Parsons. I'm even at Darlington, I'm not hiring Danny Guthrie. I've had a 5-course meal and a chat with the late Queen. I mean, that's not bad, is it? But again, right, hang on. Here's context. This is where we're going to get into this. Matthew, confirm, was it just you and her, or were you invited to some sort of like banquet where there was lots of people involved and you and her weren't really having that much of a chat? Because if it's just you and her having tea, that's class, right? Did she give you a handy? Long-term viewers will be able to pick up on that one. I got knighted for services to Danny Guthrie. Yeah, tell me more about this meal. Were you asking if he went on a date with the Queen? Pretty much, Llama. Yeah. And did the King know about this? My sister's mate at school was Georgia Toffolo's mum, and my sister used to babysit the future Made in Chelsea star when she was a kid. Dean, again, this is a reach, mate. This is a reach. I don't know who these people are. I used to work at a football club and met John Motson a few times. Met Solskjaer, Andy Cole, and randomly the Welsh singer from Catatonia. That's Cerys Matthews, isn't it? Gotta get up. My friend's sister dated Manuel Neuer. I mean, if someone comes to the chat now and says that they're Denise Van Outen, then I'm going to be like, hang on. Right. What's your views on Coolio? There was something I was going to do and I've genuinely forgotten now. I was like, I need to remember to do this. My brother-in-law, it's getting even further now, isn't it? My brother-in-law used to teach Oscar Piastri. Who's Oscar Piastri? Squeeze and Juice. Appreciate the follow. Here we go. Oh, here we go. That's a fair one, MCG. Yeah. Piastri's a Formula One driver for McLaren. Oh, okay. It wouldn't work to sign almost retired players. In what question, Luca? What do you mean it wouldn't work to sign almost retired players? I've got a 41-year-old Leroy Lita here. I'm not saying that's not the wrong. I'm not saying that's a wrong thing. Matthew says there was 8 of us. All right, this is the meal with the Queen. This is when Matthew went on the date with the Queen. Right, there was 8 of us there. Got selected to have a meal with her. She came to visit the ship I was on at the time. Oh, this sounds like a Navy thing, doesn't it? Or were you stranded? And you were rescued. Oh, actually, is he a small boat? Did you come in on a small boat, Matthew? And then went, get yourselves in here. Have a bite to eat. He's a pirate. That's it, George. He's a pirate. Right? Can me and 7 of my pirate mates come and have some food? That sounds like a much better way of thinking about it. Yeah. I bumped into Robbie Savage. And you gave him shit for playing for the Blues. I mean, no one's done that before, have they? That's smart. Very smart. I was on Nickelodeon live TV shows as a kid in America. Sounds like we've got Aaron Carter in the chat. I caught Ken Dodd's tickly stick at St Helens Theatre Royal, my hometown. I mean, that is, yeah, I've got to the police about that. I was in the same class at school as Mark Wilson, the ex-Celtic fullback. And I met Rod Stewart and Henry Larson at hospitality. Aaron Carter passed a few years ago. Okay, I mean, look, thing is, Hugh, huge. A lot of what I say on this stream, right, is it's not to be taken too seriously, right? I didn't think there was a chance that Aaron Carter was actually in the stream. Sometimes stuff is said for comedic effect. I also, well, maybe I do believe, actually, I do think Denise Van Houten killed Coolio. I can't prove it. I've got no evidence. There's no leads to suggest it's even happened. But it's been 3 years now, and I've got enough people that have bought into this idea based on absolutely no evidence at all. So, to me, someone being dead and being in the chat, it still doesn't seem inconceivable, really. I was asked to be on Dick and Dom in a bungalow, and it turned it down. There we go. I genuinely can't remember the bit I was supposed to do on this game. There was something I was like, I needed to do something. I was like, right, I'm going to remember and I'm going to really focus on this. And then I got distracted by asking questions. We've made a list of players that have come in on trial. I need to move on a couple of days in order for our sort of scouts and that to get a bit of a better idea of them. In terms of tactic for next year, are we going to go back to 3 at the back? Are we going to go 4-4-2? Are we going to keep a diamond, maybe? I must met Brandon Hall, who you've just signed on trial. All right, is he any good? Is he any good? Luke, evening, welcome. My closest claim to fame is the fact that I have the same boss as Robbie Savage. Now that's stretching things. You have the same boss as Robbie Savage. Hang on. What? Hang on, isn't Robbie Savage like a chairman of a football club? So who's his boss? Or do you work for TalkSport? I mean, we've got no wide players, so a diamond would suggest an option. Or we play our wing backs and get some width there. He's the current manager at Forest Green Rovers. Okay, so hang on. So you've got the same boss as Robbie Savage. So boss is also the chairman of Forest Green Rovers. I'm in the weeds here, aren't I? Right, yeah, we're still only in April. What's the fixtures like? Let's see. Look at that. We obviously need to try and look at the player stats as well. That's what I was going to try and look at, player stats. But then I got very, very distracted. It's what I was trying to work out. What do I want from a player? So things like how much of this works is probably the question. Goalkeepers, right? Where's our expected goals prevented? Right, who's the good goalkeepers? I caught all the listed. Thought TJ lost his patience with offering contracts and listed everybody. I got quite a few people in, Chaser. Not everyone though. Not everyone. Some turned us down. Jack McIntyre has a expected save percentage over percentage. Sign him as a last resort, apparently. Just like what Papa Roach would say. Dan the Sim Man, welcome in. Why has Finn Roberts gone there? Oh, that's gone straight to average rating again. Right. I don't want that. I want goalkeeping. Expected goals prevented. That's the bit I'm after. George Murray Jones. He's at Forest. He was on loan. Right. Shall we shortlist him as a possible then? Because he played in this league before. It doesn't default back to where we need it to be. Good. Worth remembering. Dan Wilkes. Dan Wilkes looks like a cheap version of Harry Kane if he worked at Nando's. And he's broken his arm. Right. Okay. I mean, come in for a trial, Dan. We're not going to shoot the football at you. It's fine. Is Miles Bonney available? No idea. No idea, Crazy Dave. Brandon Hall is 7th on the list. Joe Nicholson's only young. He doesn't look too bad. 8 goals conceded in 10 games. 4 clean sheets. 7.02 for Macclesfield. He's only 19. We could do with a bit more experience in between the sticks, I think. He looks like he might be good in the future. Lawrence Wood's 16 years old. Then it's Brandon Hall. Okay, so we've got Brandon Hall there. 33. Expected goals prevented, minus 4.53. Tom Palmer. Oh, look at that. Tom Palmer looks like a proper goalkeeper, doesn't he? Look at this. He's got actual goalkeeper attributes. Jumping reach is 11. Agility's not brilliant. But I mean, he's out of contract at the end of the season. Add to staff shortlist. Oh, he's a staff member as well. We tried to get him, didn't we? I think we tried to get him last year. I was at the start of the season, and he wouldn't come to us. right? And then Liam McGrath for his is there, and then Jasper Sheikh, who looks like he's going to stay next season. 12 games played. Eccentricity 12 to 17. I don't like that. Plus, he might end up staying at Shields. And then we're getting into the next bit, which is, well, 11th, Zach Jones. He wants a lot of money. But 24 conceded in 19. Decent reflexes. We might have to pay big money for a goalkeeper. That's going to be the most important thing in it. This is literally where we're going to be spending all of our money. Is a goalkeeper. We've saved some money already. I'm going to go no further. When Jack Ruddy was the other player we liked. Max Dernley from Macclesfield, 40 goals in 36. 6'5", decent aerial reach. Handling's a possibility of being decent. Let's get him in as well. And I guess, is Jack Ruddy probably a bit too young? Like, we're going back for another 19-year-old goalkeeper. That feels, you know, Christian Dibble as well. Rogan Ravenhill. Right, that's probably as far down as we'll go for goalkeepers, I think. I don't really want a decent young goalkeeper, though. I want a established goalkeeper who can come in and take charge. Someone who looks like Christian Dibble, to be honest. I mean, he's the worst goalkeeper I've signed on FM. You should definitely get him. I mean, that look right there, the mustache, the Alice band, the receding hairline, the fact that you say he's awful, Armour, everything just screams, get the guy in. Andy Dibble's son, 6'3", decent aerial reach, decent communication, decent enough concentration, jumping reach is fine. Handling should be all right. Yeah, let's try him. Dibble's at knobhead. Where's Jack Ruddy? Because Jack Ruddy would be great. He doesn't. He's got no interest in signing. 6'6". Let's maybe wait and see if he leaves Norwich at any point. Elite Gaffers in on the follow. Appreciate that. Very, very kind. And then I suppose we want someone for defensive midfield, so interceptions possibly. Tackles, pressures, headers won. Fouls, maybe? If you look at pressures completed, Alex Perver, 30 years old at Scarborough. He looks a little bit like Joe Wicks. Good teamwork, good work rate. His jumping reach isn't brilliant. His tackling's fine. Is he former York City? He's former Darlington. And Östersunds. Should we try and bring him back to Darlow? So that's pressures attempted. Sorry, pressures complete, I should say, sorry. Declan Weeks. We know about Declan Weeks, right? Everybody tells us all about Declan Weeks. We know he's good. He's got a contract till next year. He's not coming, right? He is this division's must-have player. Connor Kirby. Who's Madhu Cisse? From Notts County. 21-year-old Spaniard. 10 assists, 5 goals. Bit of flair. Bit of work rate. It's another right back though, isn't it? How many right backs do we need? I'm also trying to look at, like, what do I actually need? There's Connor Kirby. Expensive as well, isn't he? But do we just pay for 1 star? By 1 star, I mean 1 star player, not like, oh, just do we pay for 1 star footballers? Daniel Bramall. I'm not sure we're going to be going for. Well, we might need wide players, so might have to look for that as well. Sam Osborne. Alfreton. I think we looked at him. Kanya Leshabala. Very good determination. Let's get him in, see what's what. Let's have a look at interceptions. Roland Meniassi. Centre-back. 7.23 average rating from Macclesfield. Out of contract. Now, the thing is, some of these might not actually want to come. Well, there, Warboy signed a striker on free called Terry Ablade. Might be worth a look. Might be. Evening, Mr. Maggio. How are we, sir? Welcome, welcome, welcome. What's happening in your world, fella? All good? Where are we? Are we still at Portsmouth? I feel like I want to feel like you're still at Portsmouth. Raiding with 33 teenage dirtbags. Absolutely. That was not what I requested. Still at Pompey. There we go. Second in the league. Look at this. Old Cy knows his business. Yeah. Well, we are currently in the process of offering a trial to pretty much everybody. We are in our transfer stream. We've pressed continue twice in the entire stream. That's the work so far we've done. Who's staying is in green, who's in red is going. We've listed players. We've tried to work out which players are going to stay and leave. We don't know. But I will show you this though. What I will show you is I'll show you our superstar youngsters that have come through. So we've got Audi Ntambwe has come through our youth setup. He's genuinely, we're already excited about him. Going like, wow, look at that. He's 3-star rated already. 14 for acceleration, 12 for off the ball, 13 for work rate, 18 for aggression. He's only 16 years old. He should develop quite nicely. So we've got him. We've got a 15-year-old goalkeeper from Australia who is currently our number one because we don't have an actual better goalkeeper. So we've got him. And then we've also got a 41-year-old Leroy Lita, who in a way is improving. Don't quite know how that works, but he is. And then we've got loads of players in on trial. We're trying to sort of like see who is worth a look at. We've got loads of positions we need to explore. We need a goalkeeper desperately, so Brandon Hall's come in. At the moment, he looks the best option because he's not 19. He might be fine. He might be good. He's probably going to be okay for a couple of years while Pele develops, I think. But we'll have to see how much money he wants. We've brought in Ian Togo, or Ian to go, as I call him, from Huddersfield on trial. I like this bit. We'll see whether he gets whether he's any good or not. Joseph Yarni has come in from Macclesfield. He's very expensive, 700 quid. We're probably not going to sign him, to be honest. James Butler is the most un-26-year-old. Like, he looks like he's 26, but also he looks like he's 46. Does Ian to go work in fast food retail? Can I get an Ian to go, please, boss man? That's what we did. Yeah, we literally, it's the Ian to go. Wake me up before you Ian to go. There's the chant for him. We've got a chant. Wake me up, Ian to go. We'll sign him on that alone. We can sign him for that. Part of me likes James Butler as well, but I do wonder whether it's just because of the fact that he could potentially fix my printer. Sign him for a centre-half. Also get him to do IT support. Oliver Thornley. Don't know anything about him just yet. Joe Riley, we don't know. Well, we know he's expensive, so probably not going to take a look at him too much. Oliver Crawthorne is a 24-year-old Venezuelan centre-back. I'm not going to lie, that intrigues me. Ben Collins might be all right. 300 quid. He could be 300 quid. He could become our new left back, you know. Maybe good determination, good work rate, fitness, possibly some acceleration. And he's not 37 like Scott Barrow. There's that. Mason O'Malley is probably the who he's going to be up against. He looks a bit more rounded, maybe. Crawthorne looks Caracas. Is that a good thing or a bad thing, Llama? Josh Carvalho we've brought in on trial as well, which I'm intrigued about. There is something satisfying about scoring free kicks this year. I would agree, JP. I think there's something always satisfying about free kicks. So I'm here for it. Murabad, welcome in. Sai, did you tell people about the Patreon, by the way, on your stream? If you haven't told them about this, tell them about it now. So Patreon, we've got a special offer at the minute, right? You can get 50% off on your Patreon for 1 month, right? So first month of Patreon, 50% off. Use the code C53ED because I didn't do it properly, rather than, Friday 50. So Don't know how it's ended up like that, but it just has. So, sorry. I would have tried to make it easier if I could, but I fucked it up. Tom Tonks still looks pretty handy. 34. He's probably the replacement for what's he called? Hatfield, isn't it? Dan Ward from South Shields. The technicals aren't there. The mentals are okay. Newcastle, Gateshead, Borough, Shields, Oldham. That's what I was going to ask. Llama, how do I do the check all? Because if I remember correctly, when I went to the younger players before, I couldn't get them all done because it's going to make me scout every single player in it. Right, can I report add not list to not listed? There's no way of actually do the scout. Where's the scout? How do a scout report? Actions. Right click on Sunderland. Right click on Sunderland and get scout report. Where? Oh, there. No, I'm not there. Is there a place I'm meant to click? I feel like I'm clicking in the wrong area. I don't have scouting budget. That'll be it. All right, cool. That'll be it. Thank you. That makes more sense. Zach Jones is going to come in. Good. No Dibble. Christian Dibble, no. Joe Nicholson, no. Max Hunt. Alfredson. Centre back. Looking at players I think we might actually be able to get. Dan Wilkes. Durnley. Yeah, he's going to stay at Macclesfield, isn't he? So is Maniessa. Perver doesn't want to come back. Right, okay. Oh, so if you cheat, Chaser, is that what we're trying to say? Yeah? Board want to discuss the long-term vision, continue to work within the wage budget, grow the club's reputation, finish mid-table. I can agree to that. Zach Jones means business, doesn't he? 800 quid, though. That's a lot of cash. Squad planning, we will do that. End of season review. This is going to be interesting. Let me actually save this as end of season 1. Well, it's technically not, is it? It'll give you a bigger pool of players. Well, it will because you're cheating. That's why. Yeah. That's the thing. We can reflect. Board are pleased. Fans are pleased. We've made money. Bank balance is up 720 grand. Transfer budget up 157 grand. That's for 27, 28. 26, 27. Bank balance up £500,000. Turnovers up by £1 million. Call it a free transfer room. Team meeting. Yeah, right. Discuss this. Let's talk about plans for next year. We want a mid-table finish. The boss is right. That's what we want to hear. Okay, I've got nothing else to talk about. Injury report. 13 injuries this season. We were expected to have 70 injuries. So, reasonable. Pre-season lockdown. Alfred's unavoided relegation. Where's the playoffs? Macclesfield versus Peterborough Sport. First time in a few nights. How's Jesse Nelson doing? Jesse's doing well. He's doing very, very well. For a 17-year-old striker who's having to feed off scraps, really. He's got himself 17 goals in 32 games. So, and his jumping reach has improved to 19. So he's going to do all right. He's going to do all right. Really, it's a struggle trying to play the game using scouts only at this level and don't even have attribute masking on. Yeah, but that's what it's all about, though, Fat Pigeon. We could do it easy, and we could turn attribute masking off, and we could just search by attribute numbers. But where's the fun in that? Where's the fun in that? End of season team talks have been a bit pointless for a number of FMs now. Lots of stuff in Football Manager is pointless. Like, lots of stuff is pointless. How's the big young centre back doing? The big lad, old Harry Walker, he's not grown much more. He's still 6'8". I mean, he's not really a footballer, to be honest. I'm gonna get him out on loan, I reckon, next year. Oh, he can't. He's not contracted. Right. Okay. Fair enough. Let's nudge on a bit. Will he get the 7 foot? He might do. You never know. You never know. If he believes hard enough. If he believes in himself, then maybe he will. But that's up to him, not me. You know? Yeah, Headley signed his contract, so that saved us some money. Myers Smith saved us some cash as well. Barrows saved us some money. Finances, wages, £7,279, and we're budgeting 7,500. So we have now got some wiggle room. 253 quid. Bryce Hosanna. Did he play for Wrexham? He did, didn't he? He's very good. He's very expensive. It's a game. It's pretty pointless from the top to the bottom. That's it as well, isn't it? The Arsenal, yeah. All of it's pointless, really, when you think about it. Now, see, Freddie Cook's got a load of potential, apparently, but I don't see it. I don't see where it's going to be. And then, bear in mind, this is just according to the scouts, who probably aren't very good either. I don't see it. You Brits must be very good at maths to constantly convert weekly wages into yearly budgets. Well, not really. I just think we just used to